couple of days before, you do your laundry and you make sure everything's ready, and then you pack your bag the night before, everything's there, you've got a checklist, you're ticking it off. No, I don't do any of that, which really, at this point in time, when you travel as much as I do, I really should be better at packing. But at this point, it is just, is that clean? Yeah, put that in. Is this, what about this? Yeah, we can, okay, yeah. I always make awful jokes and puns. That's kind of how I survive.
The sign is a bit wonky. It's a bit wonky.
And I think for me, what I love about games is the fact that everyone comes together. It's friends, really. And it took my mum a long time to understand that. When I was like, no, these are my friends, seriously. I think that I really love the competitive side of gaming, where I know if I hit a really good shot, someone somewhere in their bedroom is getting really mad. You know, I love that. I seriously do. I'm like, yeah, get mad, you 45-year-old Finnish man.
Okay.
Come on, Alex, this is it. This is the one.
Thank you, Henry. Let's go.
Before university, I was commentating Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod.
Stopping damage being done to them. Comedy
Be
succeeds
careful.
there. Oh, Duffer! Excuse my language, I didn't even say it, but still, Duffer. Deagle across the map.
Like, exclusively just for fun. It was actually with Lauren Pansy, who's still in the scene.
It starts with playing COD 4 mostly, going to events, my team knocking out his team, him being very sad about it all. It was a bunch of nerds sitting around playing games in this small LAN. And, you know, not in a professional capacity. We didn't get paid for it, bearing in mind. Me and Alex were commentating together. And we went to a couple of LANs. We actually commentated a LAN before I officially went to ESL and, you know, had to wear actually serious clothes and be a serious human.
They eat pears here. This is what the natural habitat of the caster. They eat pears and tea.
From there, ESL UK happened to be in the same city as my university. So I just kind of messaged them and said, if you need anything, like build a stage, sell a product, be sales, put on a polo shirt and hand out leaflets, I'll do it just to hang out. I built stages, that was fun. I did like a League of Legends event where I had to dress up as Teemo and throw squeaky toys into the crowd. I mean, like anything I could do, right? From ESL UK, they then, ESL headquarters, which is based in Germany, were like, hey Alex, would you be interested in taking a full-time position? Which is actually almost, I think primarily because Lauren Pansy kept pushing. So much love to her. We still play games all the time.
Alex moving to Cologne was something that I wouldn't say I instigated, but I would have probably taken blame for if it went wrong. So I was that friend who kind of nudges people in that direction. Because Alex was in uni, he'd done all of that, and you know, Joe Miller, who's now my boss, Red Eye, who's the stage host for the event here at ESL 1 Cologne, these were the kind of pillars of what people looked at for real traditional casters. And I remember all of them coming back saying, this guy's got natural talent, he deserves a chance, pick him up, hire him.
I was just like, right, okay, here I go. No contract signed, just literally just a Skype message saying, hey, pack your things and drive to Germany. I actually just stayed with a friend, living out of a suitcase for like a good 2 or 3 months, eating kebabs every day because I was scared to go shopping. Yep. I had, I basically was intimidated by the German supermarkets. So I learned how to say, "Ein Donadura mit Hähnchen, bitte." And they were like, yep. And I was like, mit alles, ohne Tomaten, mit Tzatziki. And that was it. That was my German done. That was my ordering. Yeah, super scharf. Dankeschön. Tschüss. And that was it. That was my life for 2 months, and then everything else happened. I think it was myself with the commentators that I grew up listening to and wanting to work with.
Back then, he definitely needed some guidance, but Alex is a guy that learns really quickly, and you only have to really tell him once, don't do it this way, do it this way, it'll work out better. Alex progressed over the course of 1 or 2 years faster than most people usually do.
It was, I think it might have been in the office, and Joe was like, hey, can you come with me for a second? We went into a separate room.
Alex, you know, was at ESL, was working with us, and I thought that Alex had this potential of being the next big desk host. I personally don't think Alex thought that he couldn't do it.
And he was like, so how would you feel about hosting Katowice?
I think Alex had a lot of nerves.
And I was like, absolutely, sure. I pooped myself a little bit, cried, panicked.
He came to me at least 2 or 3 times before it and said, I'm not sure if I can do this, Joe. And, you know, I had to just kind of pat him on the back and say, Alex, you'll be fine.
Memorizing everyone's name, everything I had to say. And of course, the first time I did it, I spoke far too fast. It was like, hello, welcome to Katowice. This is gonna be amazing. Counter-Strike is coming up now. This is gonna be fantastic. Spencer, Hiko, Martin, Kasper, Katie, Müller. Let's get into it. This is gonna be fantastic. This is the major. There's 100,000 on the line, 250,000 on the line. It was just this. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm Alex Machine Richardson, and joining me at the desk, going to be my source of knowledge and power over the next 4 days. Of course, my permanent stand-ins. We have Spencer, Hiko, Martin, Kasper, Katie, and Müller, and joining us for the pre-show, Lauren Pansy Scott, and the one I've been struggling with. I'm going to get it right this time. Halvor Vendetta Gullestol.
Perfect.
We're going to be going into a little bit of an overview of what to expect over the next 4 days.
But I did like a big book worth of preparation and tried to do my best, and it truly like launched my career.
Probably, if I look back at everyone that I know in esports, I think Alex may just have made that change better than anyone else I know.
And I remember afterwards, Joe, slightly jolly, but he was never someone that would necessarily kind of regularly pat you on the back. But I remember he came up to me, pulled me aside, was like, you smashed it, mate. And I was like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. That was a big moment for me. I mean, he'd probably just cringe at me for saying that, but it was a big moment for me. A little pat on the back from the boss man. There's a term in English called sonder. The definition is basically the realization that everyone in the world has a life as complex as your own. And I get that a lot when I'm traveling. When you start, you meet these people, the person that's driving you, the person who's interviewing you, they're the same people that have these lives in a world that you rarely get to explore. It's awesome. My job is to create a framework for discussion that is interesting to both viewers and to the people involved. Casters just have to go and say hello and goodbye, and that's it. But as a host, I have to understand how the show's going to run, how it's going to be structured. You have to be able to understand people and the characters you have on the desk. You have to be able to smile even though you don't want to smile. Which, I mean, this is a real one, but not all of them are. Sometimes you'll be having a bad day or something that's, you've had, what life happens, and you still have to be the smiley man behind the desk. And the final point I'd make is you have to not be ashamed to do a lot of sponsor plugs.
So I found this app. Yeah, I just came across this app, linked in the description and all that, but check it out, the Score Esports application. It's time for us, though, to talk a little bit about the Score Esports. They have an application where you can basically catch up on all of the esports news. And my friend is out of there. See you later, dude.
See you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Because I am becoming a bit of a meme because of the amount of times I mention various applications or whatever, sponsor things. I'm getting better at that.
Morals can get away with it. They had a bit of a shaky run at it versus Fnatic. I think that was a game that they definitely
How big is your mouth, dude?
Okay, so I've lost my notes.
I mean, the Alex Richardson that went into that studio 2 years ago and the Alex Richardson that's sitting here in Moscow in an incredible hotel is a very different person. I've grown a lot over these 2 years, personally, definitely. The travel is a big part of that. I don't really have a dream. Do you think you need a dream in life? Do you think you have to have a target? You do? There's nodding everywhere. Oh God, okay. I don't know, I don't really have a target. I think, well, I mean, to be cheesy, happiness, hey. But I'd probably just say, yeah, keep doing this as long as I possibly can. So just, yeah, be happy, get fitter. I'm gonna be like a Grecian god in a couple of years, that's my dream. Don't laugh at me. I can see you smirking, yeah. And that'll be it, just be happy and keep talking about video games as long as I can, I think. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Thank you.